Thank you, Senator. I just want to, I can't emphasize enough how important this is, and that's why I'm so pleased that all of our colleagues and our House and Senate leadership are here joining us today. We use the term Save the Internet Act, but again, the Internet, we're not talking about a machine, we're not talking about a piece of equipment, we're talking about what the country stands for. And so when we talk about saving the Internet, we're talking about saving the marketplace, we're talking about saving our democracy. It's that important an issue, net neutrality. And just as a few examples, I know that when we were going around, when the FCC decided to repeal net neutrality and hearing all these voices at home, I would hear from small business who said that the only reason I was successful with my small business was because of the free and open internet. Or I remember going on a relatively conservative talk show, and they were concerned about the ideology, about how, conservative voices might be shut out if we don't have net neutrality. Or people, I remember going to the public library in my hometown where people were going there to, look for a job, and that was their way of, it's the way young people, many people now, actually find a job, and concerned that if we eliminated net neutrality, they would have a harder time finding a job. So this is so important in terms of our democracy, innovation, all the things that my colleagues have talked about. But the second thing I wanted to mention briefly, because Nancy Pelosi mentioned the will of the people. I believe very strongly that the way the FCC proceeded in repealing net neutrality was just totally contrary to the will of the people. The FCC is supposed to be an independent agency, and they were under previous administrations, but they are not now. Chairman Pai and spokespeople for President Trump made it quite clear before they even started to have hearings on this repeal rule that they were going to repeal net neutrality. 24 million people wrote to the FCC or contacted the FCC and said, do not repeal net neutrality, and they completely ignored them. They had made up their mind from the beginning, and that's not the way they're supposed to proceed. So I am so pleased today that we're moving ahead, and we're going to guarantee in the Energy and Commerce Committee that we move quickly on this legislation to save the Internet because of its importance.